Hi, today we are going to discuss the topic is SOQL from Apex. Before we are going to start the session, let's have a great quote. You have to fight through some bad days to earn the best days of your life. So let's start our session. So here we are going to cover three things. First thing is what is SOQL and what kind of SOQL classes we have and how to execute SOQL queries by using query editor in the developer console. Let's see. What is SOQL? SOQL stands for Salesforce Object Query Language. It helps to get data from Salesforce database objects. So before you are going to write any SOQL, question yourself why you have to write the SOQL. First thing is you want to retrieve something from the particular object. So let's see these three questions here. What fields do you want to retrieve? And where are those fields located? That means which object or in which object these fields are located. Do you want to filter the data? Okay, you are retrieving the data. Do you want to filter that data? These kind of questions you can. So in other words, simply whenever you want to retrieve data from a particular object in Salesforce database, then you need to use the SOQL query. And here, if you see in the image here, I have a example query, select name, email from contact. In that SOQL keyword and what are the fields you want to retrieve, name, email. Okay, select is a keyword here and from another keyword and object, from which object you want to retrieve. So you just remember one point here. SOQL looks like a normal English. Only the thing is you should know what fields you want to retrieve and what kind of classes, what kind of keywords you have to use to retrieve the data. Let's see. So what kind of SOQL classes we have? So in the previous slide we saw select is a keyword, but class you always have a SOQL classes like select, from, okay, and where, these kind of things. Class is one part of the complete query. If you observe here, select, okay, and the combination of name and email, this is a class. Okay, that means select class helps to specify what fields you want to retrieve. And from contact, if you see here, this is another class. So from specifies an object in your Salesforce database. Okay, so and one more thing, whenever you want to retrieve the data from any object, these two classes are important and required. Select, from. Next, do we have any other classes? Let's see. So we have few other optional classes. One is where. So where is or where helps you to specify the filters or conditions. Okay. For example, here if we see here, select name, email from contact, where first name equal to Navarshi. That means I want to retrieve the contact record where first name equals Navarshi. Okay. Let's, and one more thing, what you can do, you can use or you can write this where classes in different ways, okay, with the three operators and, or, in. Okay, let's see how it looks like. If we talk or if we want to use and operator in SOQL query, you can use like this. See here, first name, where first name equal to Nava and last name equal to Malam. And if we have or, if we want to use or, you can use like this. So what it means basically, I want to retrieve the contact, okay, with the last name Nava or Sri. So in the first and condition, I want to retrieve the contacts. Okay, if there is any contact with the first name Nava and last name equals Malam. If you try to understand, it's just like an English. Only the thing is you have to know keywords or classes here. Okay, it's just a syntax you have to follow. And if we observe here in operator, when you are trying to use in operator here, select name email from contact where last name in Balu, Kumar, Sri, Sai. That means I want to retrieve all these contacts wherever you have last name as Balu or Kumar or Sri or Sai, like that. Okay, and usually when you use the in operator, okay, whenever you have list of strings or whatever it may be, list or set, then you are going to use in operator instead of using multiple R's. Now let's see here. Another class is limit. So limit means, what is the purpose of this limit class? It sets the maximum number of records to return. What it means, now I have 2000 records in contact object in my Salesforce database, but I want to retrieve only 5 records from that. How you can limit that? So by using limit class here, limit and 5. So what it is saying here, I want to retrieve 5 contacts only. You may have any number of records, but I want to retrieve 5 contacts. And if you see one more class, order by, okay, it helps to sort results by the value of specified field. That means I want to retrieve, or I want to sort the query results by name or by email or by type. Okay, like that. You can sort. Along with that, you can use qualifier. Qualifier means ASC. That means ASC or DESC. ASC means ascending, DESC means descending order. So by default, whatever the results you use with the order by class, then it is by default ascending order. Okay. And if you want to make it descending order, you can use order by DESC. So how we can see, how we can do this, you can see everything practically. And here we can use nulls qualifier, okay, to group all of the null values either first or last. What it means basically, if you have, if you are retrieving the result order by some of specific field, then if that field contains the null values, if you want to see that result either at first or at the end of the your query results, then you can use null. Okay, let's see that how it looks like. If you see ascending order, see here what I am doing here, select name email from contact, order by name ASC means I want to retrieve the results and order by name in ascending order, and I want to retrieve 5 records. Simple. Here also same. Descending order I want to. What it is by email here. What it is going to do, whenever you put or whenever you include a field in the order by, it is going to sort your results by that field, and it will see whether you need the descending order, ascending order based on the qualifier, either ASC or DESC. And now about the nulls. Okay, as I told you, it returns the null records at the beginning or at last. Based on this, see here, contact, select ID, name from contact, order by, email nulls last. Okay, that means it returns the results, and it returns the SOQL query results, and it returns all the results with nulls at the end of the query results. That's how it works. Now let's see everything practically. Console. So here you can see console under setup, developer console. Let's try to open query editor here. Okay, here select ID, select name. Okay, email from contact. So if you observe here, I'm just querying name, email. These are all the fields I want to retrieve. Okay, from which object? From contact object. So let's see the results. See here, I have this. Okay, I have all these fields with the emails. Now let's apply one by one. So I want to have where now if you see lot of nulls are there. That means lot of contacts are there without emails, right? So I want to get the contact records which contains email address. Okay, so like email not equals null. That means it returns the results of contact records which has email address. Okay, if you put equals null, then it returns results of records which doesn't have email address. Okay, now what we do, let's see. Now this is how you can use where condition. Now let's see one more thing. Okay, now here what I do, order by name. Okay, let's see if I am not giving anything. If you observe here, I didn't give ASC or DSC qualifier. I didn't give. If I am not giving and using the order by class with the field name, what is going to happen? By default, it will sort your query results in ascending order. Okay, based on what? Based on the field you specified in the order by class. Okay, here we specified the field called name. So because of that, what it is doing, it sorted your result. It started with Azmi, B, Balaji. After that, C it starts. Like this, it will sort the result. Okay. Now, along with that, if you see, it is coming, it is ordering by ascending order. Now let's do descending order. See how it looks like? It starts with Y. Now let's apply other things what we learned. Order by name, nulls first. Let's see what is going to happen. Okay, order by email, not name. We already have name. See here, that's how it looks like. Okay, what is the meaning of it? It returns or it gives you the results. Okay, and it will start the results with the email null. When you put order by email, nulls first. If you put last, let's see. Okay, so now it starts, it ends with the nulls only. This is how you can use SOQL query. So, and now let's apply limit also. Limit 5. What is going to happen? Let's see. See, this is how you can do this. It returns results with 5 records only because you added limit class with 5. This is how you can work with SOQL queries. You have other classes also, group by having classes. In future classes, we are going to discuss about it. Now, what we learned here, how to write a simple SOQL query and what all the required SOQL classes, okay, and what else we can do like filtering and ordering the results and limiting the results. Now let's see how you can access the result. Okay, now you have the query editor, you can see the result. Okay, now I want to access the result. How I can access the results? So for example, contact list, select id comma name email from contact. So I have this list. Okay, so in real time you are going to write these kind of processes in your Apex methods, right? So here in anonymous window we are going to write code snippet. Let's see, contact cont obj here. So I am going to loop through this. I am going to use system.debug. Here you are going to process whatever you want. For now, what we are going to learn here, how you can access every field value from your records. Okay, see here, I want to access name value for each record. Cont obj dot name. You just need to use your object instance and then dot notation and then the field API name, not label. It should be API name. So let's do this same way. Contact email. Let's execute this. Okay, this is how it looks like. See, name, email. Okay, and let's limit this also. Limit 5 where email not equal to null. Okay, let's execute and select here debugs only. See, this is how it looks like. And even if you want to see how records returns here, see, these are all the records. So you are assigning the list of records to contact list, right? It looks like this. It's an array, and in array you have records in a JSON format. If you see, key is ID and value, like that. Your field becomes a key and a value becomes a value. Like this you can see everything. And you may have some doubt. Okay, I didn't query ID field, but still I'm getting the ID field, right? See here, Salesforce. So let's see, let me show you this also. See, this is how. Okay, sorry, you have to query whatever you need here. So if you observe here, you are getting ID field also, right? Even you are not querying ID field, you will get ID field, but not in the case of other fields. Okay, we are getting record type ID also. Now we saw everything on standard object. Let's see on custom objects. Now I have employees object, right? So I have employee name, HRA, basic, grass, like this. So let's open this object by using edit object or object manager. Open fields and relationships. Okay, you have name field, it's a standard field. Remaining things, whatever you want, you need to follow everything as a field API name only. Okay, see, if it is a standard, you don't see underscore underscore C, but anywhere if you want to query any field, you should use API name only, whether it is a standard or custom. So let's do this. Employee, this is API name of object. and same thing, employee here. And do we have email? No, right? So we don't need this. Now limit 5, email, company, and then employee list. Along with that, what you can do, let's process this. Okay, emp obj dot name, emp obj dot company. Okay, not company. Let's take another one, employee name. It's better. Okay, here name is the auto number. It gives the auto number of the or employee number of the employee. Employee name gives you the employee name. Emp number. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, it's saying spelling mistake simply. So let's see. A subject row was retrieved via SOQL without querying the requested field. Okay, what is the meaning of it? So here in the query, okay, I am not retrieving or requesting this field from this SOQL query. That is why it is saying the error. Okay, so that means whatever the fields you want to retrieve, you need to specify that field in the SOQL query before you are going to access. Okay, except ID and record type ID. Now, let's see. Yeah, see here, employee number, employee name Kushi, employee number, employee name, employee number, employee name. Okay, like this. This is how you can work with SOQL queries. In the next session, we are going to discuss about relationship queries. Okay, all the best. I'll give you references of this SOQL queries in the description. You can have a look for more things. Okay.